Welcome everyone. This is the Curseborne actual play that many of you have probably been waiting desperately to see. We are here. I am joined today by individuals you might have already seen making characters in the last back in May. And this is now where we are going to show off those characters in action. So I will just kind of start around in a circle. So Heather, introduce yourself and then introduce your character. Well, maybe let's just introduce ourselves, then we'll introduce our characters and then that kind of thing. So start with Heather.
Hi, everybody. I am Valley Girl Heather from Valley Girl Designs, pretty much on most of the socials, except the one that we don't talk about because it's a dumpster fire. I am a TTRPG and live action designer, creator, and actual play person here. I am co-owner of Pick Up and Go Games. We're a small independent RPG company. I am one half of the Geeks Unplugged on YouTube, video creation, where we talk about retro video games, collecting, hunting, all that sort of stuff. And I am also, again, on multiple actual play groups, including one of the original Old Ways podcast people, where I am currently playing Lysana from the 6 Seasons in Sartar campaign, Troll Lord Games, where I am playing Kibi the Seeker for Castles and Crusades, that shows up usually on Saturday mornings, except this Saturday morning, I am here for for Onyx Path. So this is really exciting. I'm very honored to be part of the initial Curseborne group. This is going to be amazing.
Excellent. All right, let's move to Rachel, Azure.
Hello, everybody. I'm the Azure Butterfly, or Azure for short, or simply Rachel. I am the creative director over on the Rolling Nomads. I am also in a bunch of the actual plays over there. You may know me from Witcher Ways of Old as Ingrid of Sintra, Berlin Bloodlines as Maria Rossellini. And I am also very excited to be here with you all for this. That's me.
All right, V.
Hi, friends. My name is V. You can find me on the internet at V is for Vampire because my name is V and I like vampires. I'm also the creative director / art director / project manager. I don't know. I do so many things over at Queen's Court Games. We do a lot of fun stuff over there, including, running a Curseborne character creation at some point back in May. But then also we have the world's most award-winningest Vampire the Masquerade podcast, which I play Ivy LaRue, and it's pretty fantastic. And we've got 2 whole seasons out. And if you haven't listened to it yet, you probably should.
Excellent. Kelly.
Hey everybody, I'm Kelly Clark. I am the host and forever DM, storyteller, GM over at Dork Tales. We stream about 4 to 12 times a week, depending on time dilation, and cover pretty much everything from World of Darkness games to Chronicles of Darkness to anything Onyx Path puts out, and even that tabletop game with the D20s. Very excited to be here and to see what my incredibly awful character will get up to.
Great. And Q.
Hello, everybody. I am Ku Efrian, for full, but I'm a dude possessing a dude that's going to be playing another dude. You may be familiar with my other work as Conri over on Devil's Luck Gaming. You can find this form over on Fiendish Foundation, where we do a whole bunch of variety streaming, whether it's playing some games, like playing through Final Fantasy VII for the first time in 20 plus years, or doing any number of D10 based tabletop / the world's okayest tabletop gaming experience as well that involves the D20. But yeah, as far as I'm also a designer, I have helped do some designing over with Onyx Path. I've pitched in on some Mage the Ascension stuff, the Sorcerer book, as well as Dead Man's Rust, the mega adventure for the Scarred Lands setting. And that's been a lot of fun, and I'm very excited to see what a Oh God. You ever see Snatch? Yeah, it's going to be like that. We're going to have fun.
Excellent. So now that we've kind of introduced everybody, if you don't know who I am, like, what are you doing here? I am Dee. I am the in-house developer for Onyx Path Publishing, and I have been running character creation sessions for Curseborne, and now I am running this AP as the story guide. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to go in the opposite direction. So we're going to start with Q, and what I want you to do is to introduce your character and give me kind of like the reasons that people like your character and the reasons people don't like your character.
Well, he's simply known as Deadhead Red. And that's mainly because he's never given his actual name out to anybody. They've given their name in 17 different ways, but usually everybody just falls back to Red because of a red tam o' shanter that they wear. Medium, athletic medium build, wearing anachronistic clothing, the kind of clothing you would expect from somebody who kind of walked into a boutique and was like, that looks like it's from the 1910s, and then proceeded to just wear all of that. They'd probably be more at home in a speakeasy visually than they would be on the streets of a modern city. But they like it like that because everybody tends to enjoy Red's company, and they don't know why. Just great to have at wherever they show up, there's a party. If they're going to show up at a bar, the bar gets better. They show up at a friend's house, 4 more people are going to show up, and there's probably going to be an impromptu bare-knuckle boxing match in the backyard, and everyone's going to have a fun time about it, too. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Usually 2 or 3 days later, when the hangovers really finally faded, that's when people are like, maybe we shouldn't invite them back. But then they'll see them on the street, and damn it, we're getting together just down the road. You want to come along? And they just come along. Just, it's a natural thing. Nobody fights it.
All right. Cool. Kelly, tell us about Tyler.
All right. Tyler Turner is, oh God. He is that nebulous age after high school before real life begins. And he is a snapshot of the underachieving Zoomer. And the reasons why people dislike him are very easy. He is incredibly mercurial, going from either shy and stammering to being incredibly overbearing. He oozes falsity and performative coolness. But underneath it, he's very smart and very caring individual when he allows himself to become more comfortable. And he's one of those guys where you look at him and you think, wow, if you actually survive long enough to become an adult, you might be an okay person. But right now you're this weird protoplasm of a young man. So I want to like you. I might like you in 10 years. Please go away for now.
I have friends like that. All right. Tell us about Robin.
Yeah, Robin York is lovingly known among a group of individuals, maybe not this specific group, but a group of folks. They call her Yorkie because she is small and she's kind of full of fight when she needs to be. But most of the time she just likes to blend into the background. She doesn't like the spotlight being on her at all. She doesn't like to be noticed until she absolutely has to be. This works to her benefit. She's pretty quiet most of the time. She's a lot more focused on listening to people and learning what she can than actually being that, boisterous sort of person. So certain types of people love her because they can just talk at her, and she will just let them talk and spill all of their secrets, and she will do it completely judgment free. But some folks really don't like her because she's incredibly hard to read. You never really know what her true intentions are, because they just don't really tell you anything. So
Excellent. All right. Rachel, tell us about Abigail.
I'll tell you right now, Robin and Abby might get along. Abby, or Abigail Hart, is the eccentric, nomadic, unburdened sorceress, traveling occultist. People enjoy her energy. She does also like to listen, but tends to bounce quite around from listening to interrupting and poking at knowledge. She's a devourer of curiosities. And yeah, she can be a little much at times, especially when she's in that energy of having new knowledge to be found, a new curiosity to be unwoven, something to be discovered. She can be unbearable at times when it comes to that. So, yeah.
All right. And Heather, tell us about Cadwell.
Cadwell tolerates this world. They've had many faces and many names over the years. They adjust themselves to whatever works best. But the problem with this world is that there's so much chaos. The world, the universe was supposed to be an ordered place, and it is so far from that, and that bothers the heck out of them. They really dislike the more chaotic elements, the especially those outliers, the monsters of the human world that just add to that chaos and make it even worse. And those are the bane of their existence. They're not as much of a team player. Their capacity for absorbing and just rolling with the punches is at this point pretty low. Patience is not their virtue by any means. And while they watch and they view the walking meat sacks of humanity walking around, they do their part to help, but it's more, there are lessons to be learned, and a lot of these meat sacks need to learn that just because they want something, just because something feels good, doesn't mean it's what they need, or what the universe needs. So it's this constant need to find ways to remove the chaos and bring order to their surroundings. Any compatriots that they find that they work well with generally bring some kind of asset to Cadwell's circles and to their world.
Yes, everyone's a meat sack except for me. I love that so much. So now that we kind of have an idea of who each other are, we're going to go around and we're going to create bonds to each other. And the way that I kind of want to do this is you're essentially going to get a 1 level 2 bond and then a level 1 bond to each other character. And they don't have to be positive, whatever those relationships are. But and you can kind of decide them as you go around. So if you have ideas for how your characters are connected to each other, or my character really thinks Robin is the best, I admire her. I'm going to give her a rank 1 bond. That go ahead and just kind of put it out there. And then we'll kind of build those bonds that way. Just let me know and, record it of like what your bond rating is whenever you talk about it. And they do not have to be the same. So if somebody has a bond rating of 2 to somebody, that person may have a bond rating back to you of 1. They just don't quite like you as much as you like them. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Super normal. So does anybody have ideas for how they are connected to each other?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Robin hates Tyler. Just level 2 bond absolutely hates Tyler because Tyler does not shut up and will just go.
I think Tyler really wants to impress Robin because I think he's not sure if he has a thing for them, but definitely wants to be seen positively by any type of feminine source at all.
Sure.
So
I love this. Yeah.
Which probably makes him talk more, right? The whole, he's a mansplainer, right?
Yep, exactly. And this is the thing, like Robin picked up on this immediately upon meeting Tyler. And she's just like, yeah, cool story, bro. But like Tyler doesn't quite catch on.
Tyler's like, thanks, it is a really cool story.
Exactly.
Does not pick up on it at all.
Yeah,
Very good.
no.
Oh boy.
Who did you have?
I am down for throwing my character onto the fire for having a negative connections with literally anybody, mainly because the way Red works, everyone knows them. And there's a level of connection because they make their rounds, but it's usually it was great in the moment and then everybody regrets it afterward kind of a thing. So literally anybody can have that guy kind of a response to Red. So if anybody wants to have a level 1 even of like, it's that guy connection to Red, or a more personal time where they arrived at the party and then that party went really sideways and it's all their fault, like that's absolutely cool as well, because they let it be known that they're at any gathering and they like being the center of that attention.
I think because of that, like Robin would stay away from you because Robin is anti-center of attention. Probably not quite the same level as with Tyler, but is just like very aware of Red and just kind of like tries to keep arm's length. Like I don't want to get roped up in whatever you've got because that puts too many eyes on me and I'm not here for it.
See, for the same reason, I think Cadwell would actually find Red to be almost not quite a kindred spirit, but like I see that, I recognize that, I'm right there with you most of the time, but I'm going to let you be the center of attention and I'm going to hold back and I'm going to work the crowd around you and provide what they think they need so that those lessons can be taught. I think it's almost a synergistic style dynamic going on with those two. So I would see a very strong connection probably with Red simply because of that outlook and that whole feel.
So what I'm thinking is a level 1 bond with Cadwell that's party pal. Like always down for, of all the people out there, I know there's the few ride or dies that are down for what's going to go down no matter what. Even if it's just to watch the car crash happen.
Yes. Oh yeah, so, Cadwell would be very much with that.
All right. I got one there.
They wouldn't necessarily party together, but they would be in that same room. Like if Red said, "Let's go, let's fuck shit up," and Cadwell would be like, "Yeah, let's see what this dumpster fire plays out. Yeah."
I think that Tyler would approach it like with this whole like, "Teach me, senpai," type of vibe. You're the center of attention, and that's what he wants to be. Like, that is, he wants to be like this famous influencer dude, and you are just pulling no matter where you go. He wants that, and he's willing to do pretty much anything like akin to like a frat initiation to learn from you.
Okay.
Is that cool with you? Do you want a dumbass like
Young
gopher?
Padawan? Yes. Yes. I will even put it in as Tyler the young Padawan as the Bond.
Oh, God.
I could definitely see Abby hanging and vibing and partying at the same time with Red, with that kind of like chaotic energy, kind of just like feeling in that moment. So I could see at least a level 1 bond in that, and honestly just being curious to see just what's going to happen through both the highs and the lows of that. It's so fascinating.
I think Robin would find sort of a kindred vibe with Abby. Just like the listening and sitting back and like watching, and like I imagine like even though Abby is the type who can go and party and like be that, like she also knows how to shut the fuck up and just like and just listen. And like I imagine Abby and Robin hanging out, and like they're not talking. They're just kind of like vibing, and they're both happy with that.
Oh yeah, that parallel partying kind of thing, or just like the vibe, and yeah, Abby absolutely. In most of the parties, she's not the center of attention. She doesn't want to be the center of attention. She wants to be around the center of attention. She wants to, because also, what's the better area to pick up information and pick up like any new knowledge is listening in, being that fly on the wall. So yeah, absolutely. Honestly, because of that level of vibe, I can see like a level 2 with Abby and Robin. At the same time, Cadwell, you mentioned there's a love of order or something along those lines with your character.
Yeah. The need for there's so much chaos, and especially Cadwell tends to bring their own sense of order to the chaos, especially the more chaotic elements on the outside, those monsters that would disrupt even the average chaos, what normally you would find around in the world. If something brings extra chaos to or incites even greater levels of chaos, that's what they go after, and they take care of things.
Interesting. We're gonna rub up against each other a little bit there, because Abby loves a little bit of that chaotic spice. So honestly, I kind of feel like we're going to be butting heads a little bit there. So I kind of think it would be interesting to have like a level 1 in the negative there between our characters. Abby loving that chaotic energy.
And I could see that Abby's more quiet nature would be very annoying to the impatience that Cadwell has with, like, why get angry, get mad, do something. I can totally see that would be an internal source of aggravation in a way for Cadwell.
Oh yeah. Heck yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I've got mine. I'm settled.
All right. Tyler needs 2 more. I need one from Abby, and I need one from Cadwell. So, what do you guys think?
Describe Tyler again one more time for me, so I can.
Tyler is a wannabe. Okay, so the pitch for Tyler is: what if Peter Parker, instead of becoming Spider-Man, became a Giga Chad wannabe influencer?
Oh no! Oh,
Dr. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Douche.
Abby would probably hang around Tyler just to see what might happen when he finally burns out.
I was going to say, I think Abby is definitely in the Tyler. Like, I don't necessarily like the guy, but I like seeing the weird bullshit that he gets into because he's such an idiot.
Exactly. And there's going to be such an epic burnout one day.
Okay, so car
if
crash
Cadwell,
/
if Cadwell
attention.
doesn't take it, yeah. If Cadwell doesn't take you out first,
Yes.
Okay, so feed Abby attention. Hey, Abby, check this out. Ow!
will not
Interesting.
will not kill them yet. Not yet.
Bone. And I'm gonna go afraid of Cadwell.
That's probably a very good idea.
Yeah.
A healthy fear.
Tyler is going to be the annoying flea in Cadwell's space. Especially if Tyler keeps putting himself in, especially Red circle, like, and or anybody's circle, like, and talking. It's just like,
Yeah, I have this image in my head of this dynamic where Tyler kind of hangs out with these kind of a little bit older folks than him. And the only thing keeping him from going into full on like fuckboy douchebag mode are these people who he is mildly afraid of / wants to impress, and makes his decisions to kind of like, oh, but what would Robin like? Or
and based off micro expressions, like,
yes.
like, hey, I think I'm gonna go do this thing, and someone just like mildly frowns or maybe has to sneeze, and he's like,
maybe I'll change it to this other thing. Yeah, like
they weren't even paying attention the whole time. They're just like, what?
Yeah, I definitely see that as this dynamic. Great.
One podcast obsession away from just a terrible decision.
Yes.
As a note, Abby looks to be in about her mid to late 20s, but she has never said her age to anybody.
Cool. How old does everyone else look? Because some of you could be way older than you look.
20-ish.
Hard road late 20s. like a boomer's late 20s.
Oh, shit. So like 50.
Yeah.
Right.
Life aged you hard.
Yeah.
Cadwell probably looks early 30s. Definitely older than that, but the look is probably early 30s. There's a little bit of, it's definitely not the fresh face 20 something. It's not necessarily the years, it's the mileage. But
yeah, this is early to mid 30s right here.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it is my birthday today.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, I'm happy to be doing this with y'all.
That's exciting.
Well, then Robin is far and away the youngest looking of the group. At the oldest, you would guess 19. She's definitely like late teens looking.
Just real quick, because Robin is older than she looks. How old actually is Robin?
Robin is about 50 years old.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And what about Red?
Good skincare. It's the hydration. It's the water.
How old is Red actually?
Oh.
Yeah, like when did they die?
Oh, in a barroom brawl in like the 1915, 1916 region.
Cool. All right.
So that anachronism is actually a holdover.
Just still really like my old clothes.
Yeah.
Another question for Red.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Red's original body?
That is right. Yeah. Yes. They find it'll come across how they feel about the whole possession swapping stuff that the rest of the family does. I think that'd be fun to come out during play, but they've got opinions about that kind of stuff.
Cool. All right. Great. So let's talk about our short-term aspirations because this is a one-shot. I would like to know your long-term aspirations just to kind of get an idea for the kinds of things like goals your characters are working towards. But your short-term aspirations are going to be the things that you're going to try to do during this session, with the long-term being more of like an ultimate goal for like a story arc. And I know some of you kind of came up with some goals based on just your idea for the character for during character creation. So let's start with those, and then the rest of you can kind of fill in around those, the other kinds of things that you would like your character to get up to. So I know Tyler has a couple.
Yeah. So his short term is to get 100,000 followers on respective social, probably TikTok or whatever the.
How many
Curseborne
followers
equivalent
does he have right now?
Like
5.
8.
he's got like 600.
Okay.
Like, and he's on his way up. Like, it's a new account. His last one got doxxed.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I need to know.
Yeah.
Does Tyler have a specific name for their fans?
Oh yeah, tie turners.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's so bad. Okay.
He originally wanted to
Wow.
call them tie fighters, but
God. There was a cease and desist letter.
there was that's why the account got shut down.
This is the
That's
face that Robin makes when you say this out loud. I need you to know that.
Like,
Yeah.
I can always rebrand. Okay, it's not a big deal. I can just it's just you get one rename. It's fine. I'll just yeah. And the other short term is to go on a hot date.
Go on a hot date. Yes.
Look out,
Yeah.
Robin.
Abigail definitely follows Tyler, but on an alt account.
Yeah. And
Secretly
then-
impressed.
No, it's
Does
all about
do
to
you-
watch that if a meltdown is going to happen, it's going to happen on live.
Do you want long terms as well?
Yeah, go ahead and tell folks what your long terms are just so they can kind of keep that in mind. Yeah.
Sounds good. Here, watch everybody's face. Long term is to buy Aunt Jane a house. Yep, I just the entire shift right there. Wait, why does he want money?
God, what?
Oh, sorry, Aunt June.
June.
In
Yes.
June. Okay, that was oddly dissonant because you have a New York skyline behind you, and my Aunt Jane lives in the city. So I had a moment of like, wait a second, hold on.
Excellent.
Hey,
So yeah, that's Tyler's. Do any of those not fit for this episode? We can swap them.
No, those are perfect. Great. Wonderful. And then I know Red has a couple of short term and a long term that you came up with.
Mhm.
If as long as they're still things that you think
Oh.
are good,
Mhm.
I think they are. So let's go ahead and hear them.
So Red's two short terms. The first one is to crash a funeral because funerals need to be better. People are bad at funerals. They need to be better. So Red's there to bring the party and make any funeral an Irish funeral.
You got to celebrate the life and death.
Exactly. That's 100% the reasoning behind it. So Red's perpetual short-term goal is to find the next funeral that's too sad and make it a pleasant occasion.
I can only hope my funeral one day will have someone like you at it.
Listen, I've never been drunker than I was at my brother's funeral from everyone just handing me shots. Like, that was great, man. Thanks. And just going from there. The other short term is to embarrass a bully. Just that's always a quick high. Just find somebody being a piece of shit and then just make them not only feel lesser, but make sure everybody sees them as that. But specifically at somebody who's already doing it. We're going to hand out the medicine that they think they're handing out to everyone else. That's another perpetual short-term goal. It's just like, it's a quick hit, it's a quick vibe, it's something they can always do, but it's not their long-term aspiration. As far as long-term aspirations, this gets a little bit more into Red's pathos, is to find a worthy cause to actually get behind. Because they've been around for a while, and they're kind of feeling the pull of the Slurms McKenzie effect. Like, I just know how to get down. What am I doing with my life? That kind of like existential dread is slowly creeping in, but the personality castle that they've constructed is just made of far too strong a stone to collapse that easy. So they got this weird, if I can find something that I can grab onto in the next like 5 years, I can tough this out without having to worry about tearing down that castle that I've built and reanalyzing my personality.
All right.
Oh, this is going to play very well right into mine.
Okay, so that sounds like you have some stuff for Cadwell, so let's hear it.
Yes. So for I don't know, that I'm going to play right into that because that goes so perfectly. So long term would be joining up with other hunters and basically clearing the land of as many monsters as possible. So we'll just get that one out of the way. But short term, Cadwell kind of has 2.5 ideas. The first is actually to recruit at least one new member to the League of the Hidden Crossroads. Which, if Red is looking for purpose in life, this may actually align beautifully with. I can probably help you, show you a path forward and give you a purpose. So this is going to work out well.
I love it. I love it.
This will be interesting. And the other one just went right on my head, so give me a second. The other one, and again, just completely lost it. It was right there. But the half is to see if I can get through the entire session without like taking Tyler out. Because yes, because that's going to
Kill Tyler. All right, yeah.
Where are we going? You're taking me out? Cool.
Hot date.
I have this new place that we need to go take care of.
Okay.
And that's the other one. The other main one, besides trying to keep myself from removing one of my party members, is they are always on the lookout. Cadwell's always on the lookout for potential contacts and people that can be utilized as assets. And one of the best breeding grounds of that are the uber wealthy who have tons of secrets to hide and tons of things that they always seem to want. Their greediness works very well for Cadwell's purposes. So one of the goals, I think, is going to be to acquire someone who is also being a absolute piece of shit and teach them some lessons, a lesson or two about their greed, potentially turning them into yet one more asset that Cadwell can utilize as needed.
Okay, so I put that as find a rich, well-off, greedy person and make them into an asset.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a deal with them that they cannot refuse. All right. Dewey, Abigail.
I already have all mine written out.
Yes, I see some. So let's hear them.
So short terms, learn a new secret or vital piece of knowledge. I feel like that's kind of self-explanatory. Another short term that we have is steal something valuable. Live a nomadic life, busking doesn't always work. So sometimes we gotta steal things to have enough money to survive.
Or to sacrifice.
Or sacrifice. Yeah, exactly. And then I feel like her long-term goal is to find somebody that she finds worthy enough to pass on the knowledge that she's learned. She's got to find an apprentice.
Okay. All right. That sounds pretty good. Cool. So now we just have Robin.
Yeah. So I've been kind of mulling it over, and I think a lot of these will kind of tie in nicely with other things that people have posed, and the way that all the characters have been built. A long-term aspiration for Robin would be to uncover and expose a source of corruption. And so my thought here is that, there would be a party or something that Tyler wants to go to, and, it ends up being a thing that Robin knows and is corrupt, and, it's all about playing the game and getting in there and listening and finding all the fun stuff out, which is kind of part of a short term, which, similar to Abigail, is actually like uncovering a secret. So kind of starting to find little threads and stuff to pull at to help kind of expose the corruption. And then just another short term is just make an ally, make a contact. Somebody that she can call on, or somebody who knows a guy who knows a guy. She likes to, like, she's not the most friendly person, but she knows when to make allies, and she's always on the lookout for useful people, especially given, the fact that she needs to rely on the friendliness of strangers on her day to day. So.
All right. So we all know each other, or you all know each other through kind of, I want to say that there's a little bit in your town. Let me say you live in a big city. Let's do like a big urban sprawl kind of city, like Dallas, Fort Worth. Big city has a really, very different cultures in kind of this same metroplex. A lot of interconnected stuff, a lot of space. Dallas itself has a really poppin' nightlife with like really high-end bars in the downtown area. And there is an accursed kind of catering bar. That doesn't mean that the only people allowed in are accursed, but a lot of accursed go there and mingle and interact with each other in a friendly way while there. It is what is called a place of deferment. A place of deferment is usually kind of a neutral ground where everybody agrees, hey, we're not going to fight with each other. So even if there would be territorial disputes or people you absolutely hate, everybody goes there and they agree to be on peaceful terms. So, a lot of the other accursed in town. You know each other either by reputation or because you have started kind of hanging out with each other, or people have started hanging out with you despite your best efforts to get rid of them, Tyler. And you are all together at one of these it's early evening, like just past dinner time, and everyone is at this kind of accursed bar. It's a little too early for some of the more excitable people who show up. It is the more chill time. So Red's not actually there yet. Everyone else is, though, and it's the kind of chill time that people can use to catch up with each other. People use to grab some dinner. The bar has a really good kitchen, and a little bit unwind from your daily job kind of stuff, just to have a relaxing time. Evenings are often, unpredictable. It's a Saturday night, even more unpredictable than most. And the thing that you all know is going on right now in town is that there is a small territory dispute between two primal families that has been kind of raging on for a little bit. Tyler, you know the most about it through your Sphinx contact, because the Sphinx and the Get of Leica are having a territory dispute right now. And your friend is kind of always telling you about it. And just, she's always bitching about it. Like, oh, they think that they think they can take over our area. They think that they're better than us. Da 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 da. It's a little exhausting.
Yeah,
but because
she's like really hot.
Right.
So I don't pay attention to the words as much, so it's okay.
Right. But everybody else gets to listen in on this constant stream of, but the Get Alike are awful, and they're moving in on our territory, and like,
oh, that's total cap.
Yeah, and it's just, I wish they would stop, and then we're gonna have to go to war, and we're gonna like, I think that, my family's gearing up to fight, and then they want me to fight, but I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. And for the rest of you,
yeah,
this is actually concerning information. Like, an all-out war between primals is probably a bad thing.
Do you need something to drink? Like, you like that sounds like really stressful.
Yeah, it is. But, I gotta have a clear head tonight, because I think something's gonna go down.
Like what?
I don't know, like family stuff, probably.
Oh. I'm gonna get tequila. Does anybody else want tequila?
Well, yes.
I'm more of a whiskey girl.
All right, whiskey business. Okay, I'll be right back.
So, what is her name? Let's see. Hold on. Cher. Cher Katz, right? So Cher is Cher's just kind of like drumming her fingers on the table, waiting for Tyler to come back, just kind of like ignoring everyone else. She doesn't really know y'all that well. She's seen you around.
I'm sitting at a table, like kind of next to theirs, close enough to like overhear all this. They're to my back and listening. So when he finally gets up to go get the tequila, I just kind of lean back, kind of half over the shoulder, and like, he wants to bang you, right?
You. No. We're just friends.
Yeah, well.
Not your type?
Well, he's a pied.
And?
Ew.
We're not talking relationship here, but I can't speak for anybody. I don't know. Betty does want to get in your pants, so.
Oh. It's just,
I'm just sitting there nodding my head. Like, I don't say anything, but the thought running through my head is just, That's the correct response. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart girl. Smart girl.
He's harmless. He's just overeager, wants to be
that's
accepted.
Okay, I got tequila and I got whiskey and I've got a juice, cranberry juice. Share.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Tyler. She takes it and sips it like as she sits there, kind of a little like distracted and distraught by the things she has said to Tyler. And, you know, clearly she's got a lot on her mind. She sits, well, okay. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, Abigail just takes the whiskey that she was handed and just shotguns it, and then places the glass back down on the table upside down. And she's just going to say, "So, what's going on about the family? Going for the details. Sounds fascinating."
Well, so like I shouldn't tell everybody this, so like keep it down on the down low, but
Of course.
So you know, my family has been in control of the like financial and downtown area of Dallas for years and years and years. And the God of Leica have always had like Addison and Plano and all of that, like those new rich people who want to pretend like they're rich, and that's fine, but like they can't have like University Park, and they can't have the places where the actual rich people live, and they know this, and yet they keep trying to send their people there to like mark territory. Like they're such idiots, and they're trying to get into a fight with us, and they know it's not going to go well for them. And like these kind of territorial disputes are so like old and ancient and stupid. Like we're not animals marking, like pissing on our territory. We're business
Do they
people.
Do they? I mean, like they're like a. Do they actually? You know.
You know what?
Do they actually piss on their territories? Is that where you're getting at, Tyler?
Yeah. I mean, you said it. You said it.
I think that was being figuratively. I hope they were being figurative.
I don't know. They're wolves.
I mean, but I don't.
Dogs.
I mean, I don't think they're peeing on things. Ew. I hope they're not. Gross. No, they're trying to influence our people and like take them out from under us and get control, and but they're so angry all the time, and it's the wrong vibe for everything.
Well,
Sounds like they just need to fight or fuck.
Mm.
Well, yeah, I mean, but they're trying to fight us, and it's stupid.
Well, the wealthy do have their uses. I could kind of see that if they're looking to move in either territory or acquire assets. I mean, money does make the world go round.
I mean, yeah, but find it somewhere else. Why are they trying to take ours?
Do the higher ups have a beef with your family?
I don't know. They don't tell me that kind of stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know the whole story because they don't always tell us everything, but like it's about, I don't know, it's something about control, and apparently my grandfather did something to somebody at some point, but like that's all old news, and I don't understand why they're being like this.
I don't know. Old grudges die hard.
Especially with the rich.
Especially with the rich.
I don't, it's so boring. I want to be able to party tonight. I don't want to have to get into a fight.
Oh, I'm sure Tyler can help you with that.
Are you going to come fight with me?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Are
of
you
course.
Tyler?
Bet. Yeah, bet. Like, absolutely. Yeah, no, like these like are dead ass in trouble.
Abigail is just looking to Robin, shooting a. Are you seeing this happen live?
I'm just sitting there, just kind of pinching
I'll-
the bridge of my nose. Just-
As like a serendipitous cue, I feel like as I just want to party. I don't want to fight.
Yeah.
The door opens.
Yes. Perfect.
Guitar solo.
The song "Girls Just Want to Have Fun."
Yes.
clutching in their hand a newspaper. In this day and age, still carrying around a newspaper.
Yeah, why not?
Red walks into the establishment and just to the bar ad nauseum says, "All right, boys, I found it. We have a good one," and just points to the newspaper.
Oh, thank God.
What? Huh?
If anybody makes eye contact, that is a
That's perfect.
cue.
I was.
I perk up and look.
We'll totally. Yeah, you need me anywhere, Cher. We're gonna grab a bunch of rolled up newspapers and magazines. We're gonna spank those puppies.
Oh,
Red's
okay.
right.
Walking,
You know,
Red just marches right over to the table.
Okay.
hey, Red.
Hey, Red.
Oh,
Hey, everyone,
here.
listen.
Give Red the chair.
Red, thank
doesn't
the
even sit
heavens.
Red doesn't sit down,
Thanks, over to
stands over it, slaps the newspaper onto the table, and says, "I have the perfect opportunity for everyone here. Who wants to have the best time ever?"
Always.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
It's got to be better than this.
They open up the newspaper to the thumbed page that they have to the obituaries and points to one of them and says, "This tosser died in like a week ago, and the funeral is happening down the street, and we can go ensure that this dentist's passing is the most memorable event of the rest of his family's lives."
Wait a second. Let me see that. Grabs the paper, looks at, kind of reads through it a little bit. Hey, I've heard of this guy. He was the dentist for most of the wealthy families in town. He was like considered the best of the best.
Oh, like all sorts of like Chi bling, like.
Yes, Tyler, all the she bling people.
You speak a new language every week. I'll never catch on to what you're saying.
I've been on Urban Dictionary, just trying to stay with. Like,
Yes.
do you know
The
what
money.
skibbity toilet is? Don't.
Like
Never mind.
super yesterday.
Anyway,
Kid-
yes,
kids-
this.
Why are we
I-
going to a funeral for a party? But I'm in.
Oh, no, it's probably not going to be a party, but we're going to make it one. That's the point.
Well, I mean, I know that guy.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Even better reason. We'll get in that much smoother.
Well,
I got nothing better to do.
Okay.
There'll
You
definitely be
guys-
some solid contacts there.
At this point, finally, I speak up and I say, "You guys don't think this interfamily war is something that we should be concerning ourselves with?"
There's a war?
Yeah.
If anything, this is a possibility. At least, like I said, most of the wealthy families went to this guy. I mean, he was well respected in those circles. If these creatures are trying to move in on wealthy territory, this could very well be one of those grounds that one of the areas that they might invade. I mean,
So we should totally go there before they go and flex. Like they're gonna be like, they're gonna show up and they're gonna try to, make a scene. You got to make an impression, right?
If anything, there's also going to be a wealth of rumor and information there too.
If
And
we're going to
drinks.
be anywhere tonight, Red's got a good point. Bring the party and find out everything we can.
Yeah,
And-
finding out everything we can. It's totally not about just the party.
If anything, setting a hit at a funeral sends a message. If what Cher is saying is right, they may want to send a message, and where better to do it, where you have most of the representatives of most of the wealthy families in town.
And you can save money on funeral costs. Bulk
And
deal.
if anything, they'll have decent booze and
What-
food.
I don't think that's how it works, Tyler.
It was kidding. There's a. Yeah, let's go.
Well bold, Tyler. Well bold. Just picks up, grabs the newspaper back, rolls
He's
it up.
useful. He's useful. Okay.
So I see you've got your first round of pre-gaming in. You want to do a second one before we go?
Why pay for drinks here? They'll probably have good booze there. It's a funeral.
I never like showing up without at least a little bit of a buzz. So turns around 3 and just walks over to the bar.
Oh, here we go. Game on. I'll go over with Red.
I'm going to stand up, wink at Robin, and sort of like motion my head for us to head to the bar.
I just kind of hold up my hand where there's a big black X because I don't have a license that shows that I'm over 21 and can drink.
Could probably get you a drink.
I can't be up there if you do. They'll kind of know.
That's fair.
By the time anybody has arrived at the bar, the bartender has racked up 3 whiskeys in front of Red. And who was the first one behind Red following?
I was.
Okay.
Cadwell was. Yeah.
So if Cadwell sidles up the 3 whiskeys in front of Red, just oh, what'll you be having? And starts catching up.
Tequila, neat, reposado. Yeah, that one. Top shelf. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
So
No.
as y'all are like ordering drinks and talking about whether or not you're, doing these kind of things, Cher gets a text message. She looks at her phone, her face kind of falls, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta go. I can't go with y'all. But y'all have fun."
What's going on?
Oh, family stuff. I gotta go
Are
meet
you
up.
okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Tyler. I'll call you later.
Okay. If you need anything, just let me know. Okay.
Sure, of course. Yeah. Bye. She kind of
Bye.
rushes out.
Oh, she's okay.
Tyler just gets a whiskey handed to him, just
Yeah.
nearly
Fuck yeah.
banging him in the chest.
Break, man. It was never gonna happen, Tyler. It
Oh.
wasn't your
What?
better to know now.
Boy,
What?
you're swinging and you're missing every pitch that comes your way.
Yeah, but I keep swinging. That's what people like, right? It's not how many times you fall down; it's how many times you get back up.
Just putting a hand on his shoulder. And you'll get ejected from the game if you stay at the plate too long. So just taps him on the shoulder. Have another. Gives him another whiskey.
Okay. Oh, it's so spicy. Oh, it's on my nose.
Abigail's probably going to come up at that point, saddle up next to Tyler, ordering a whiskey herself, and when it arrives, once again, just straight up like a pro, shotgunning it and placing the glass down. You got to work on your tolerance there. You're kind of.
How do you do that?
I put the glass
Easily.
to my mouth, open my throat up, and let it slide down.
Relax the jaw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let it touch your tongue too long.
Don't think, just hate. Drink.
Yeah.
So how I'm just going to let Kelly, I'm going to let you decide how drunk Tyler is after just pounding whiskey after whiskey after whiskey.
I think in his OG form, probably pretty drunk. He's had, outside of hanging out with you guys, like, I think he shared a beer with his uncle when he was 16, type of thing, right?
Oh no.
He just
I
had
think
3
he's-
whiskeys in a row.
So Tyler's hammered. Excellent. Perfect. Wonderful. All right.
No
So-
way this can go poorly for us.
It's gonna
no.
be fine.
Yeah.
It's
So you if you're gonna, make it to your funeral in time to turn it into a party, you should probably get moving.
As soon as the third whiskey is down by Red is just slamming hands on the bar, taking out just a wad of bills. It doesn't even properly count, just goes, yeah, that should be enough. Throws it down. All right, everyone, onward. Just turns around and Quixotes towards the door.
Amazing.
Point of reference, because we can bank curse dice, right? If we just need to make a sacrifice to get.
You can, yeah, absolutely.
Um,
That is how
I would-
you specifically gain curse dice.
Heard. I would like to, before we go, as we're going out, I would like to order another whiskey, specifically top shelf bourbon. And she's going to bring it to her lips, give it a smell, and then she's just going to pretend to accidentally pour it onto the ground.
Okay. So this is kind of this is like a quick ritual. This isn't like a big ritual, but it is a sacrifice. So do you say anything to kind of commemorate it, or do you just kind of like underhandedly do it?
In that moment, as to not upset the bartender, I'm going to kind of underhand it a little bit.
Okay.
But in her mind, the sadness of the sacrifice, the memory of the taste, linking back to sharing drinks with her nomadic family around a campfire, letting that kind of sink in.
Okay. You do this thing, and you can kind of feel yourself kind of get a little more control over your curse and your desire to cast magic that always kind of like low level sits inside of you. Is anybody else doing anything before you leave the bar?
How else do we go about getting curse dice?
So anytime you do something that fulfills an obligation to your family or role path. So
Okay.
in this case, like if you have to do something for influencing, or if your family is like, hey, we need you
Okay.
to do a thing, that'll give you a curse die. The first time in a scene when the entire crew comes together to solve a problem or deal with a situation, you'll all get a curse die. When you do anything exemplifying your family's themes, you will get a curse die.
Okay.
And for you specifically, if you give in to your creature and let it control your actions, that will give you a curse die.
Okay, so on the way, we're Ubering, we're driving, we're walking, however we're doing it.
Red said it was just a couple blocks up, so
Perfect. Okay, hold on. This is going to be great. I'm going to go live. Hey, everybody! Woo! We're going to go crash a funeral. It's prank night here on Ty Turner's. We're going to go and we're going to say, we're going to say hello at this funeral. We're going to go we're going to raise the dead. So I hope you're ready because it's going to be bussin'. Woo!
do you say
Abigail.
who the funeral is for?
He's going to say it wrong. He's pretty drunk.
Okay.
Abigail's helping out in the background, just being like,
Yeah.
So Cadwell shoots a text before they get out the door to her mentor in the league, just saying, "Hey, looks like we're headed to such and such dentist funeral. We'll check in with more info later. You know,
You
send
just
me
get
anything.
it.
Send me anything you've got on this guy."
Okay, you just get a text back that's like, why?
Contacts, assets, money.
Okay.
Send me anything you've got on this guy. Anything I can use.
Okay.
And then as they get out and start walking, and Tyler goes live,
Woo!
Cadwell pulls out her trank gun, her hand, and starts checking it over really intently, making sure it is properly loaded, making sure that they have a number of trank darts at the ready, and kind of checks the sight on it to the back of Tyler's head and resists pulling the trigger.
There's only like you go live and it takes a little bit for your viewer count to start to go up.
Got
But
like 13 people, guys.
yeah, but like somebody is like, does she have a gun? Is that a gun?
What? Who's got a? You have is somebody? What?
You're gonna trip there, Tyler. You pay attention to where you're walking.
Shit. Yeah, I'm good. Bet. Whoo.
Sacrifice.
what curse die? How many curse dice should we be at now?
You start with one.
Okay.
And you have gotten yourself a second one. And Ty is on his way to getting himself a second one.
Yay.
As he live streams the entrance to the funeral. Weirdly, nobody checks you when you come in. They just, you have the name of the individual that it's Dr. Westing, who is passed, and Philip Westing, and you just go straight in. Nobody stops you. It's you could be patients. Nobody's really checking to see like, do you belong here? It's a funeral.
As we walk in, I basically go up to Tyler and just as he's live, goes like this with the phone.
What?
Put it away.
Okay. Hey, we're going undercover. I will update you as it is happening, Ty Nation. See you soon. Boop. Ty Nation. There's gotta be. I need to
No
Google
sense
this
of
later.
propriety.
Ty Nation.
Ty Nation. Titration. Oh.
Yeah.
I think you're working a little too hard.
Tide
on
pods.
that.
Yeah.
Tide Pods.
No. Oh.
Oh god.
Oh, that's a few years old.
Turn and walk after Red and just
That was pretty good.
Abigail turns a pained look to Robin.
So one of the things about Accursed is that you can kind of clock each other pretty easily. You just know another supernatural creature like when you see one, even if you don't know what they are. You do know, you can kind of feel like the curse exists on this other person. So when you walk in, you're maybe, it's not surprising, I'm not sure, to see that there are at least 3 other accursed already at this funeral.
How many folks are here? Like, what is the ratio to a curse to?
There are
normies?
probably about 100 people here, and
Okay.
3 of them are accursed.
How many eyes are locked on us as we enter now? Especially with that entrance.
There's definitely, I don't know about locked on, but there's definitely people like casting sidelong glances at Tyler specifically, because he's visibly drunk. He was just talking very loudly. A very loud stage whisper to his phone. And people are like, shh.
Sorry.
I do a quick scan of the crowd. Do I happen to see one of my contacts there? Particularly my wealthy contact by chance.
So I'm gonna say yes, because that would make sense. Also, Red, your funeral director friend is there as well. Not like mingling, but in the background. This happens to be their establishment.
So as soon as Red makes eye contact with the funeral director, there's that moment of like wink, turn around to the rest of the crew. It's just like, all right, everyone, I have to have a quick conversation, make sure the proper libations have been arranged. You get into as much trouble as you can. This party can't be deader than it already is. It just turns around.
Yeah, it is. Everybody is very somber and quiet and standing around, and they all have like canned sodas. And this is like the wake before the funeral, which is supposed to go on for like 2 or 3 hours. It's like the viewing and the wake and stuff like that. And then there will be like a service for the funeral, and then they'll bring the coffin out to there is no coffin. It's just he was cremated. So the viewing is mostly just talking to the family and things like that. And there's pictures and flowers everywhere. And yeah, there will be a service. And then I think there was a note that there would be a private, like after funeral get together for close family and friends. But this is the public.
I might have missed this. Did we figure out how he died?
No, the obituary doesn't say, just that he passed.
If Abigail pulls out her cell phone and does a cursory Google search, is there any information that we can glean?
He is, you get his practice, and that he you get like a picture of him. He was not very old. I say not very old, but he was like in his 50s, like not very old. And he also had a pretty established practice for the past like 20 years. And you see his like dentistry webpage when you do a search for his name. Everything looks super benign and boring.
Interesting. Okay. Boring.
I mean, in the sense of like, yeah.
There's got to be more. There's got to be more. There's got to be more. There's got to be more.
So Red, seeing the confusion on Abby's face, just Abby, it doesn't matter. Look at them all. Look.
Wait, you're telling me you're not curious about how he died?
No, not at all.
Why not? It's
How he died matters absolute jack all. What matters is that these people are ripe for a party.
right. If you get them drunk, I can ask them more easily how he died.
Oh, you want them drunk? Give me a moment. Turns around and just walks over to the funeral director.
Yep.
Janine, over here.
She, Red.
So
She comes over and she gets kind of close and she's like, "Did you know this guy?"
not at all. Did the boxes arrive?
They did, yeah, yesterday.
Fantastic. If you would go and load up the hotel cart with all of the contents of those boxes, we're going to have a grand time.
Oh, okay.
Love you. You're absolutely aces. I'm going to get started. Just turns around and walks over to in front of the urn. Spins around. Can I have your attention, please?
Here we go.
People kind of like turn and look and are curious.
Friends, family, bereaved. I'm here today to honor Danny Harris. Dr. DNS, Danny Harris here.
Westing. Philip Westing. People are like, who?
Just opens up, looks at it, looks at the obituary. That was
He's Irish. He thinks they're all Danny boy.
that's offensive. Just opens.
People are like, who is this guy? Do you know him?
Doctor, he and I had a joke in life. It was a real cut up.
Are they here for you? Do you know them? You know, like there's whispers.
As he's starting to as they're starting to talk, I would like to start the party in another way.
Okay.
I believe I want to make sure it's the right one. While speaking,
Mm-hmm.
It's not that one. That's an attack.
You don't want that one.
I believe
That'll start a party.
Yeah.
Is it?
Quiet space, I think, is the one that I can set the mood.
Yes, you can essentially impose a social code on the area. And I will. So first of all, you've earned yourself an experience for crashing a funeral.
Yay!
Which you're doing spectacularly, and you are playing to your family's very, very. This is just kind of the thing that they do. So I will give you a curse die for that. So you have 2 curse dice. So if you want to activate quiet space, you can pick a curse die and impose a social code on the area. Yes.
Absolutely. So bleeding a curse die, the imposed party foul will be harshing the buzz. So the code is have a good time.
Okay. So everyone suddenly has a very firm feeling that the normal social code of a funeral, quiet and respect, has been completely replaced with the social code of a party. So whatever, like the normal social norms that you would expect at a funeral, the vibe absolutely changes as Red is talking, where people go from somber and quiet to starting to kind of talk and like laugh and tell jokes, and they all kind of like not everybody, but slowly people start drifting towards, where did that open bar come from? There's definitely an open bar against the wall now. It was not there when you first walked in.
Red will immediately just meld in and just, yes, we need to remember how great of a man Philip was, and just start schmoozing with absolute strangers, handing out drinks as they just melt into the party like
Excellent.
a fish in water.
I would say while this is happening, Abby is keeping kind of like an orbit around Red's kind of like vicinity, trying to just like listen out for anything that's like grabbing her attention, that could like grab her attention conversation wise.
Okay. What is Robin doing?
So nobody knows exactly when Robin broke off from the rest of them. But if you were to look around, she's not where you expected her to be. Instead, I have kind of positioned myself up near the family, because ideally, if people are going to talk, especially if there are weird circumstances around his death, it would be the family. And especially if somebody's going to be able to come up and engage in conversation, I want to be near enough to hear it.
Okay. And what is Cadwell doing?
Cadwell is going to go to her wealthy contact, who is in the gathering.
Mm-hmm.
Just, flying casual over. Well, it's been a day.
I am. I'm surprised to see you here. Were you a client of Dr. Westings?
Oh, no. No. He was not one of mine.
Oh.
So, has your wife found out yet? Or have I been keeping my end of the bargain?
I mean, gets like really like, I mean, no, you've been doing exactly what you said you would do. Yes.
Your payment last month was late.
I'm very sorry. I that won't happen again.
Yeah, because it really would be terrible if some of those, phone logs and text logs of, that weekend in Ibiza with those, let's just say those young, very flamboyant and open young ladies that you got.
He's just like, shh. Okay, but what do you need? What do you want?
Well, first, I need the money to be on time. In fact,
okay.
Let's make sure, because the price has now gone up 10%.
Okay, but what?
Second, so you had mentioned that you were supposed to bring me at least one more client. Would any of these potentially work? Any of these friends of yours?
Oh my God, why are you okay? He is distraught, but he will do what you ask. So he points out a small collective of people who are kind of sticking together. People are coming to them and chatting with them and then moving off. And you can tell that they're the Westing family, like the close relatives, like his husband and their children, who are the survivors. And he just points over and he says, the oldest son is in, Philip II, Philip Jr. They call him Phil. He's in med school right now, and he's not doing as well as who should be. And we're very, they're very worried that he's not going to be able to take over the family business. And, we weren't expecting this to happen to Philip, so they could maybe use some help.
He needs help in school. Is that the only help that he can use?
I don't know. You'd have to talk to him.
Well, it was so good catching up, and I look forward to the extra 10% hitting my bank 3 days early. You have my number.
I do. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. And he like totally like freaked out, like wanders off.
As that little conversation happened, Red just kind of floats by, puts a drink into Caldwell's hand, and just kind of whispers, "Remember, keep it light." And just kind of floats and continues on.
So two things happen at once. Before you can get to the family, Cadwell, Robin, who's kind of nearby and listening in, one of the other accursed individuals who you've never seen before, at least doesn't hang out in the bar that y'all hang out in, walks over to the newly widowed Mr. Westing, and offers a conciliatory, he was a good man, he was one of our best, but we can, I'm hoping we can still keep our arrangement with your family if you're willing to step into the role. And there's this kind of like low murmur discussion that you stop being able to hear as they kind of continue in that vein.
Is there like, I don't see it on skills, but like, is there a way to like listen, I guess, to focus up and try and hear better?
Yeah. I would call it like a larceny, kind of like a stealth to get a little closer without being noticed.
Okay.
And maybe either like cunning to pass it off as just like wandering around, or dexterity to not be noticed. So either one of those.
Yeah. Dexterity is a good thing.
Yeah.
So let's grab that.
And don't forget to add your curse die to the pool.
Yes. Okay. So roll those. Darn, that is only one success.
That's okay. That's all you needed.
Oh, great.
Is it on your curse die?
It is not.
Okay, good. Good for you. I mean, not bad, but good for you. Okay, so you get a little closer, and they are the widowed Mr. Westing is oh yes, your family's always been really good to us, and we really appreciate everything you've done for us. And there are there's a discussion about re-signing a contract, and making sure that if you want our protection in this area, it sounds like maybe this person is a, I don't want to say like it's not mafia, because it's clearly not, because they are accursed, but this is not just a protection in like you're going to give us money and we won't beat you up, but more like you will do for us and we will keep you safe, because there are people who would come after you for the things that you do. And you're pretty sure that whatever the dead Mr. Westing was doing for this family is probably very illegal. They don't ever say it outright, but
I mean, that's the number one rule of illegal things, right? You don't say the thing out loud, but you talk around it in fun ways. Interesting. Right. Okay.
And you could probably take a stab at a guess of, the doctor is a medical professional. And so, it's maybe like drug related.
Yeah, no, that definitely tracks. Lots of drugs, especially when you're a dentist. Okay. And taking a look, do I know these accursed at all? Are they people that I've known, or are they like known entities in the city, or?
So you don't recognize them as, they're definitely not hungry or any hungry that you know. So you're not, you may have seen them around in passing, but you're not really like 100% sure who they are.
Okay. I assume we all have a group chat because that's just the way of things. And I am going to send a quick message to the group. Just, a sly little like, oh yeah, don't mind me, I'm on my phone here at this thing. But just sending a super quick message. It's not full of emojis, but there is like a smattering of emojis, especially if I'm trying to avoid saying certain words. So, I just say potential pill emoji, question mark, like Westing plus and then skull and crossbones equals money, and just send that off to the group.
So at this moment, Cadwell walks up to the family as you get this message. Tyler gets that message and then gets another message from Cher at like bing, bing.
Okay.
Which one do you read first?
Shares.
Yeah. Shares says, oh, hey, looks like I'm going to be at that funeral anyway.
It's pretty boring, but cool. See you soon. Beep.
Do you look
Swipe.
at the other one? Does Tyler
I'll
look at the other one?
Yeah.
Does Tyler understand what Robin is trying to say?
Yeah, teeth are worth money. So you like teeth? He'll say to whoever he's talking to.
Just would. All right.
I forgot Tyler was fucking trashed.
So that person's like, I mean, I guess as much as the next person.
Did the doctor like Dr. Phil? Did Dr. Phil like sell nitrous or like any like of his stuff?
There's like kind of a shh. You're talking a little too loud.
That's
'cause you're
not a
drunk.
no.
But that person just goes, shh. What? No. And a couple of other people like kind of sidle up and they're like, you got nitrous?
No, but like I heard that the doctor was selling it before, so he might have some like still for sale. Like his son's taken over the place, right?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
You know what? Tyler's really drunk, and this sounds like this would be a lot of fun. So let's use a power.
All right.
So can I use a spell when I'm in my normal form?
Yeah.
Perfect. And here's a question. Did I get that extra curse die?
You did.
From info?
Yes.
Perfect. I am going to bleed it to activate Silver Tongue and say, yeah, I heard that his son's taking over the business or his kid's taking over the business and that they're going to have some financial problems. So he's going to be selling like nitrous and like ketamine and like maybe like some oxy under the table. So you should, but just keep it on the down low.
Okay. So they're like super excited. And now, Tyler, you have a little posse of people all around your same age who are like, let's go get some. Because they don't just believe you, but they believe that you have an in to getting some.
All right. Well, get him away from his family, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah. All right. Let's do. Let's go to Abigail. What are you up to right now?
So I got the text message, right?
Yeah, you did.
What did you learn? You learned what happened to them. You learned there's like it's rapid texting at this point, one after the other. It's not one big chunk. It's new message after new message.
I see all of these messages come in, and like I just like turn my head to find Abby in
staring
the
at
room
you.
and just stare.
She's just daggers, like not even looking at her phone as she rapidly
Question.
texts.
Question for the storyteller, because my brain is not interpreting this correctly on a thing. Can I teleport in this short range?
Yeah.
Cool. I would like to have a situation where Robin is looking at me and then probably like a passerby like walks in front of me. And I would like to, I believe I need to bleed one curse dice to do this. I'm going to teleport right next to her. And I'm going to say, what'd you learn?
So you bleed your first die, and you do. So Robin is staring at Abigail and then she just is next to Robin, going, "What'd you learn?" Cadwell, you see this as you're walking up to the family, and they are there, kind of talking to other people. The older, the widowed Mr. Westing is off talking to that person, but the rest of the family is standing there chatting pleasantly with the people who have come up to them.
So I will go directly to the son.
Phil, yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the widow / mom or stepmom or whoever she is, like, is off to the side. So
no, that is
son.
is the widowed Mr. Westing is talking to the accursed off. They kind of
okay.
Went away from the family to kind of have that private, like,
okay.
Yeah.
So I will go up to the son,
Mm-hmm.
the heir apparent.
Mm-hmm. Of the dentistry empire.
Of the dentistry empire. My condolences. I understand that did they go quickly?
Honestly, I don't know. We hadn't talked in over a year.
Oh, yes. Oh, at school. I understand you were probably away.
Yeah.
So everything, that's quite a bit of responsibility coming then to you, I'm sure.
He does not look plussed. One would even say non-plussed.
Having such responsibility thrust onto your shoulders at such a time must be incredibly difficult.
It is. It's very. I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't think we've met.
Oh, no. Of course not. Cadwell is the name.
One of my father's clients, I assume.
Oh, well, no, not exactly. But let's just say we move in similar circles. But I understand school has become a bit of a difficulty for you.
I mean,
that must be very tough now to have the empire, so to speak, now thrust upon your shoulders when you're practically failing out of school.
He looks uncomfortable when you say that, and he just he's like, I don't know what you want, but
no.
If you're looking to be, my father handles all the business stuff.
Oh, no. See, that's that's understandable. And I'm sure he's very, very overwhelmed now, a widower. Takes such an emotional toll. But no, please do not mistake my compassion in this area for anything other than I may be able to assist and help ensure that, well, let's just say that your future would be well taken care of at school. Perhaps we can help each other.
Yes, I was waiting for that. In my experience, nobody offers that kind of thing without wanting something in return.
Well, I'm sure you can use the assistance at school, better grades, and easier course load, whatever it may be. And the price is minimal.
You didn't answer what it would be.
No, I haven't yet. First, I need to know how I can help you.
I'm not sure I need your help. And he starts to turn away. Robin, you notice that the conversation with the widower or the widow, yes, widower. Thank you, and the accursed kind of slows down because the accursed is looking at Cadwell and like staring daggers in their back.
Ooh. Can I, like,
Abigail's right in front of you. Like, what'd you learn? What'd you learn?
Yeah, and at this point, I'm just gonna like how tall is Abigail?
5 foot flat.
5 foot flat, great. So just slightly shorter than Robin, who comes in at 5'2". I just like hand over your mouth and just put up a finger. Just give me a second, because I'm trying to figure out what exactly is going on. Now, how loud is the room? Would it stand to reason that he, like, this accursed that I'm looking at probably doesn't know what the conversation with Cadwell is going on about?
Yes.
Seeing Cadwell. Great. Yeah. Then at this point, have the other accursed noticed Cadwell, or is it just one in particular?
That one in particular, but you also notice, like, you do the clock around the room of where those other two, and they're not in the room anymore.
Terrifying to know. Fantastic. Great. Then I'm going to lower my hand off of Abigail's mouth. And if she starts to say anything again, I'm just hand back up. And I'm going to point just very subtly at the accursed that I'm looking at, and then Cadwell, and say, there's something here and I don't like it. And then the other two are gone. There were 3. There's only 1.
You could probably feel
Red.
Abigail's breathing exercises taking effect there for a second as she is now trying her best to focus herself and zero in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Red, as you are making your rounds around the room, you do see Tyler's got himself a little bit of an entourage. They seem to be heading towards where Cadwell is, talking to probably the family. Nearby are Robin and Abigail, who seem to be staring intently at whatever's going on over there. And you are kind of taking this assessment in, and you see our young Cher enter the establishment along with 2 other individuals who had been here earlier. And there is commotion outside as they come through the door. You hear it briefly, and then the door shuts, and and the three of them look concerned.
I would like to assess their posture. Having been in this element of like, there's kind of a party, there's people doing things over there, there's kind of motions happening within. I want to get a vibe of like, what is their current intent based on their body language and the surrounding party dynamics?
They are upset. They are bristly. They look ready for a fight. But they don't look like they are ready for a fight with anybody here. More like they're on the defense, if that makes sense.
I also have a second quick question about quiet space.
Yes.
Is it a burst effect or is it
it is an area effect. When they walk in,
aura?
they get hit by that area. Yeah.
Okay, it's a persistent aura off of Red's
in the
shit.
room now. Yeah. If you leave, it doesn't come with you.
Okay. So having them come in and getting that vibe off of them to help kind of socially lubricate the situation, sliding on over to funeral director come bartender now. Red just taps the table and puts 3 fingers on the table and points to that group and then starts making their way over to that small group.
Okay. Bartender, real quickly, like, wait, what do you want me to do?
Three drinks. Put 3.
Oh, drinks, just drinks.
Yeah,
okay. I didn't know you wanted me to. Okay.
Come on, you've done this enough times. You should be able to, anticipate. Come on.
She pours 3 stiff drinks, puts them on a platter, boop, 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 and hands them to you.
Even seeing the heavy hand, even Red has a moment of, oh, okay, as they pick up the tray, just start walking over and just welcome to a a solemn affair that we have decided to make much more vibrant. You cannot walk around without a drink, and just kind of motions the tray over.
They each take a drink, and they look at you, and because Cher is with them, Cher says, "Oh, Red, I'm so glad you're here still. We've got a problem."
Oh no. Has there been a party foul?
Not yet, but there might be.
We can't be having that. One moment, and just kind of at the loudest Red can, fingers to lips, and just whistles. And they've done this at parties before to get the attention of friends. So anybody who's been at a party with Red knows that whistle.
So everybody in the room stops and looks towards Red because it was a loud whistle, and they're like, is something about to happen? Tyler.
Oh no.
Still really drunk Tyler. You and your cronies roll up to Phil. They completely ignore the whistle because who cares? And while everyone's distracted, they kind of start to try to bustle Phil away, being like, "Hey man, can you use the drugs? Where are the drugs?" But it's like, Cadwell, these kids are trying to clearly, they're not being low key about it, asking Phil for drugs, as they try to bundle him off into a back corner. As this is happening, Cher and her 2 people walk up to the other accursed in the room and say the same thing. "We have a problem. They're here. They're outside. We can't hold them off alone." And the person is a woman. She says, "Cher, we've talked about this. You do not address me in public unless I have asked you for your input. And she is just like, I'm sorry, mother, but this is very important. I don't think that this is, I don't think we can be here right now. And
Madre, hey, I'm Red. Nice to meet you. Just puts a hand out while holding the drink in the left hand.
she looks like at Red and is just like, and you invited your friends here. Your friend Tyler is completely wasted, and this is getting out of hand. But if we are going to keep these people safe, we have to be here, and you have to go back outside and do your job.
As she says that, feeling the dead air that Red is currently shaking hands with, just pantomime shaking hands with the air.
Amazing.
So, I wasn't invited. I just decided that this place needed a little bit of a sprucing up. So obviously, you feel that my presence is off, but gestures to the rest of it. Everyone here seems to be having a much better time since I've arrived. And just takes a sip. But if you wish, I'll take my leave. Turns around, walks over, and whispers into the funeral director's ear and just says, we're gonna have a Whoopi Goldberg. That was a party foul. Puts the drink down and goes to walk into another room.
Okay. Cool. She just looks defeated. So Tyler, you're kind of swept up in this group. You can try to pull yourself away from them, but it's going to be a little difficult.
Guys, just so you know, he's very shy. Don't take no for an answer, okay? He's just very prideful. You keep going, okay? I gotta go check in with a friend. If you have any problems, let me know. I'll get my cousin out here to talk to him, okay? If he's too shy. I'll be back.
Okay. For Robin and Abigail and Cadwell, who are all very close to this conversation, you get the distinct feeling that the turf war that that was kind of alluded to before is happening right outside, and Cher and the other two individuals are intended to be outside protecting the funeral. And which is Cher's mother is trying to kind of shoo them back outside, despite any protests that she has. And she looks at you standing around and she says, "Why don't you go out and help her?" She literally dead ass stares at Robin, looks at Abigail, looks at Cadwell, and be like she's just in charge and you should listen to her.
I kind of just hold up these little noodle arms and I'm just like, what part of me says fighter exactly to you?
I have a gun.
I mean, you don't have to fight.
Okay.
Just keep
You
them
believe
from
that?
coming inside.
Okay. All right. And I'll just kind of grab Abby's hand and just unceremoniously start walking towards the door.
As you do, she says, and take your other friend, pointing at Cadwell.
Where?
And I will stop, hang my head, look up at the ceiling, question all of the choices that have led me to this very moment, and then I turn, grab Cadwell by the arm, upper arm, because Cadwell is taller than me, I'm assuming,
Probably.
And then just start walking towards the door. At some point, I know I'm gonna have to grab Tyler, and it's just gonna. How did I become Teen Mom? I don't like this role.
Tyler is. Where is Tyler?
He's heading over toward the group to see what's up because there's a bunch of text he doesn't understand, and he needs someone to explain the hieroglyphics.
Okay.
I did have a logistical question. How often can I make a sacrifice?
It is a scene thing, so you kind of have to spend a scene like doing it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So, but I will say that all of you can get a curse die right now because you're kind of all in this situation together, and you are going to be working to solve a problem, even if Red's way of solving this problem is maybe a little rude.
What's going on? What's up? Where are you guys going?
So, do you remember how Cher was talking about this war?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's
Is she
here.
okay? What?
Yeah, she's fine for now, but I guess they're outside, and I'm just like still like taking people towards the door because we're.
Am I going to need to shoot somebody?
They're werewolves.
Possibly. Yeah. No shit.
Do we need silver bullets?
Oh, do you need silver bullets? I think normal bullets still hurt.
Aren't you? Anyway,
I'm not. I can't. You guys. I'll be right back. I'm not feeling so good.
yeah, I wonder why.
Gotta work on that tolerance.
Yeah.
Come on, Tyler.
I just need the bathroom. Is there a
This
bathroom
way.
here? Okay.
I will remove my my arm from Robin's grip and go, I'll take care of it. We'll be back. Come on. And I kind of grab Tyler by the scruff of his
jacket,
his coat, his jacket, and kind of help him weave towards the bathroom.
Okay.
As this allows me to stay in the building and not be forced outside.
Okay. We have inside the building is Red, who is, I think, leaving their body so that they can go fuck with Cher's mom. Cadwell and Tyler are heading towards the bathroom.
Heading toward the bathroom, yeah. So
yeah.
And
Robin and Abigail are stepping outside behind Cher and her two friends, and there is a commotion going on outside. And outside there are 4 men, young men in their mid-20s, in suits that look like they are here to attend the funeral. You could tell that they're all accursed. And Cher is, so there's another person outside that was with Cher. So there's 4. You assume they're all sphinxes. You're not sure, but, and they are arguing with these 4 individuals. Essentially, you're not allowed to come inside. We have our orders. We can't let you. And we're just here to pay our respects. This is bullshit.
As I'm pulling Tyler towards the bathroom, we're going to make a slight detour back to the sun that I was speaking with.
Okay.
And say, look, shit's going, hold it, Tyler. Shit's going down. I need you to come back and talk to me right now. I've got to get this guy back to the bathroom, but safer. Hold it, Tyler.
So, he just says, look, can you get me out of this whole family business thing?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
You've got to come with me right now.
Okay, fine.
Tyler, let's go.
he grabs like Tyler's other arm and like helps you drag him. Tyler, you are now being bodily like manhandled, and your inner ear is kind of like losing it.
I just need a bathroom.
Tyler, I swear to God, if you throw up on me, I will cut off your head and shove
I just
down
need
your
a
neck right
bathroom.
now. You're getting there. Plant will do if necessary.
No, you don't. You don't want this in a plant.
So they are dragging you to a bathroom.
So we get to the bathroom. I just fling open the door with the other hand that I'm not using to hold up Tyler and basically just kind of push him into a stall.
Yeah.
All right.
And
just go. I'll catch up.
And then I
Tyler's
turn.
gonna slam and lock the door if possible.
Sure.
It works for me. That's fine. I turn and look at the son. I said, "Okay, tell
Is he
me,
gonna be okay?
He'll be fine. One way or the other. What is it exactly that you want? Be honest. This makes it a lot easier if you're just honest."
I want to do theater.
Not the direction I thought that was going to go.
Tyler starts screaming
Okay.
from inside the bathroom. I'm bleeding a curse dice.
Okay. What are you doing? Are you changing
Yep.
into your hide form?
Yep.
Okay.
Like, are we talking Broadway level, summer stock? Give me a
I
level.
mean, yes. I mean, that would be. Are you sure he's going to be okay?
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Broadway? What?
Sink breaks.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I had a scholarship to Juilliard, but I wasn't allowed to go. And I really like, that's all I've ever really wanted to do. But, you know,
Give me a
there were all
drink.
these expectations and
What do you want? What is it you desire?
I just want my family to stop pushing me to be a doctor so that I can go pursue theater.
All right. So you want out of the family?
No, I just want them to accept me for who I am.
Oof. It always comes down to shit like that. Okay. Fine. Your family will be 100% supportive and accepting of your theatrical drama llama-ness. Okay?
How are you going to do that?
I have my ways. I reach in my pocket. I'm going to use useful tool.
Mhm.
And I'm going to pull out what looks to be like a very large pill.
Okay.
And I'm going to hand it to him. Chew that up. And when that is done, you will have that. But just remember, I am helping you.
He's
When-
like, this is going to make my family.
Just trust the process. You take that, you will have what you desire. And just remember who gave it to you.
But what do you
Because-
want?
That will have to be something for another time. I will come to you. You will help me. Deal?
Okay, but I'm not killing anyone.
Do we have a deal?
But I'm not killing anyone.
And I start to take the pill back.
You want me to kill someone? I don't want it.
I don't, not saying that's the case. I generally can take care of things on my own. It's what I do. Do we have a deal?
Well, as long
And-
as you agree not to make me want to try, as long as you agree not to make
I-
me kill anyone.
I'm going to now utilize devil's bargain.
Okay. Instead of outright refusing, they must accept a hard bargain. So you're going to propose a compromise that results in the target doing your action. So
So I will say, okay, so then if that's the way it works, so I will look at him and say, all right, you you will not kill somebody. Do we have a deal?
Yes.
And I hold out my hand. It's just the way it goes. Do you want it or not?
Yes, give it to me. Then he takes it and chews it up and swallows it and is just... What is that?
Best not to ask. All right. And I've kind of pop open the door. Tyler, are you still alive? Oh.
Chunk.
Tyler
Damn.
is...
Tyler
Describe
is
Tyler.
like 9 inches taller, stretching out of his leather jacket and the seams, built like the Giga Chad meme with like a jawline that you could use to open, like, I don't know, you could take like tires off a car with it. Like, it is like it's the jaws of life, right? But looks like he's just bone and sinew, and inflated like musculature. Kind of looks down at the guy, looks at you.
Damn, he survived. Okay, well, whatever. I do believe the fight is that way.
Thank you.
Speaking of fight, actually, Red, what are you up to?
So when Red stepped out, they had a plan. Now, the Whoopi Goldberg reference to the funeral director is one of Red's favorite movies is Ghost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Red was going to go lie down in a drawer in the basement and ghost walk.
Yep.
Up to Dr. Phil.
Okay.
And play a little harmless prank
Okay.
on the attending.
Okay. So, so you bleed a cursed die to go incorporeal. You're now in your incorporeal state. Nobody could see you or interact with you. And you go to Dr. Phil, and are you going to inhabit his body?
Yeah.
Okay. It's
How aware are the other accursed of the ability to do this, and can they see while incorporeal? Can they see Red while they are incorporeal?
not unless they're using a special, unless they're using a spell to let them see incorporeal entities, they can't see you and they're not aware of you.
Excellent. So yes, lying down into the body of Dr. Phil. And we're going to open the eyes, put a big smile, and then just wink the right eye, and then leave the body, leaving it just like that.
Okay.
So that the corpse is now winking and smiling at whoever is standing there. Oh, no, wait. He got cremated.
No, I was just about to say that I had said that he was cremated, but this is way cooler. So we're just going to say that he's a body yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I completely
Someone
forgot
edit
about
that out.
that.
We'll go back. We'll redo it.
Yeah. That's
Fix it in post.
Oh, man. Okay. But if you think this is more fun, I will
absolutely.
continue to roll with it.
Yeah.
And also one hand goes up to the chest and gives a thumbs up.
Okay. So you reposition the body.
Yeah.
Cool. There are some people who are near the casket when you were doing this who saw these movements and are now just freaking the fuck out. But
the party fell.
because you aren't continuously moving, there's a bunch of people who are like, what are you talking about? He's not moving. Clearly, he's dead. Like, those people are just like, no, he moved.
And then we're gonna hang out in incorporeal form.
Okay.
And just kind of hover through the conversation, and most of the powers you need to bleed a curse die. So I'm out of curse die, I think, now.
Well, you have, I believe, one more. Did you use one to?
I used one to quiet space.
Oh. Well, so when you run out of curse die, you suffer your damnation.
Yay.
So, yay. So in this state, you are desperate for a joyful fix, an exhilarating fix. You are overcome by your urge. You're not going to, I mean, you until you get somebody, somehow influence somebody to give in to the exhilaration so that you can get a curse die back, you won't be able to get curse dice any other way. And you are overcome by this like urge to do this. Yes.
Oh, I like that. Then returning back after that little bit of a trying to just send a ripple through the party, go back into the body. My Red's
your body. Form. Yes.
And I would like to look if I could scope the crowd as their conversations have been happening. Is there a way I can scope the crowd and see who might most enjoy more drama?
I mean, a lot of people there are kind of hungry for drama because they're rich, they're bored, they're at a funeral for a friend / colleague / whatever. It's Saturday evening. Literally anything could be better than this.
So is Robin and Abigail, where are they currently within the scene?
They are outside of the like funeral home.
Okay. And then from what I heard, Caldwell and Tyler are in the bathroom still.
Yes.
Or outside the bathroom.
Yes.
Okay. Then Red's going to go outside looking for Robin and Abigail. Because usually when people remove themselves from a situation, it's because things are about to get bigger, or they're trying not to let it get bigger. So Red's following that little social thread and hoping that there's a big fish at the end of it. So that's the general direction that Red is going in right now. I don't know specifically when would be the best time. So just tell me when Red just pops into the scene. I'm happy with that.
Okay, cool. Tyler, are you heading outside?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Cadwell, where are you going? Now that you've made this bargain.
I've got the bargain and that's done. Tyler's taken care of. So now I am headed directly for that front door and into the fray.
Okay. And you did get a curse die from striking that bargain. So, Robin, Abigail, there is currently an argument. It is still civil for the most part, but these are primal. And primal, from experience, don't stay civil for very long. What are you going to do?
Do we instigate? Do we just let it happen, or what are you thinking, Robin?
Why would you want to make the creatures who teeter on the very, very thin knife blade of too much and anger and fury and rage? Like, why would you want to make that worse?
see what might happen. Could be exciting. You never know, right?
Okay. You know what? Do that. And with that, I'm just going to snap my fingers and I'm going to cast Dark Embrace.
Okay.
So I just have to hold 2 curse dice. I don't have to
Yep.
bleed 2 curse dice. And I'll like in front of Abigail's eyes, I just like disappear and I just become one with all the shadows around.
Excellent.
But while I am hidden away, I am going to kind of walk towards the group and kind of figure out what the argument is about.
All right.
Abigail is just doing like the opposite of like she's not trying to make noise so much, but she is just directly getting closer.
Okay. Tyler comes out of the door. Everybody like kind of stops and looks at him as this happens because Tyler is far bigger and far more creature than he had been earlier. And he just got like hulked out, right? Like he's not an animal. He's just a really big freaking guy right now. But it's like, you know, veins bulging, muscles straining, like uncanny valley, like chiseled jawline kind of thing going on. And all of the primal stop and turn. And one of the not Cher's group, but the opposite group is just like, oh, so you want to fight?
We have a problem here.
What he said.
It's a closed casket.
Oh, so
Means it's closed.
yeah. Oh, you bring in your little your
Listen.
buddy here.
What? I'm sorry. I don't speak bitch.
Okay. So good.
Okay, Tyler just went up half a notch in Cadwell's book for that.
Cool.
Hey,
So
Tyler's shit. Dr. Turner's good.
yes.
Abigail was just sitting here like, I didn't even have to
Wow.
say anything. Let's go.
So
I
Kelly,
didn't know
do me
he
a
had it
favor.
in him.
Yeah, what's up?
I would like, because that feels like you're trying to socially like kind of intimidate them into backing down.
Yes.
So give me a leadership and manipulation.
Manipulation?
Yeah, let's do leadership and manipulation.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so leadership. Okay, and I have a curse dice right now. So does that replaces one of my dice, right?
Yep.
All right.
And if you get any hits on it, let me know.
So I don't get any enhancement. So I believe I get an enhancement for being in this form for purposes of intimidation.
You do.
Okay, and that's +1. No, it's
Enhancement doesn't add dice; it adds
Yes.
6 hits after the roll.
As long as you get a hit in your enhancements apply.
Okay, this is going to be messy as hell because I got on my dice I got an 8 and a 9, and on my curse dice I got a 10.
Excellent. Okay.
This is going swimmingly.
This is going swimmingly. So that's 4 hits. And it is
And the enhancement, yeah.
so 5 hits altogether. And it is a wicked success. So oh yeah, okay. So this is I love this very much. Okay, so Tyler is, like I said, this was murder, me and
Yeah.
and it just the creature kind of inside adds this kind of growl to Tyler's voice, to Dr. Turner's voice. It is this bone rattling primal feeling. Every single one of you feel it. You know if you're out there, you know that it's not directed at you, so you're not like intimidated by it, but you are taken a little aback because it bursts off of Tyler like a shock wave, and you can feel it ripple past you and out into the city. The entire group backs down a little, and they're like, "Man, we don't want any trouble. We don't want any trouble. We just want to pay our respects. But you know what? If you think we should leave, we can leave. We don't want any trouble. It's fine."
Can Red complicate this?
Yes, absolutely.
Please.
Red exiting the door at this moment with that bullshit timing that Red seems to have.
Yeah.
Walks up, stands next to and slaps Dr. Turner on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Looks to the rest and says, "No, no, no. We don't want you to leave. We just want you to make sure you have a good time here. All right? And so long as you're respectful and everyone's smiling, we won't have a problem. Isn't that what you meant, big lad?"
I don't know. I'm not sure they want to show their teeth.
Okay. So yeah. They're uncertain of how to react to this just because they have been told that they should not come in, and this very, very intimidating guy is like, no. And then this kind of twee little guy comes up and is like, no, stay. And they're just like, we are not listening to you. We are listening to the big guy. But they also have a creature inside them. And that is an unfortunate thing because in the distance, about, and any of you who have, some intellect will probably be like, oh, fuck. You hear a screaming howl. It sounds like it is in a response call to the feeling, to the wave of shock that came off of Tyler.
Looks like the party's getting started.
Oh? What do you mean by that, big man?
Something's incoming.
Dangerous?
Something fierce.
Abigail pulls out her fucking revolver.
Okay. The other primal in the scene, they hear that call, and they are also kind of like, uh-oh, this is not good. This is not a place we want to be. The what you're guessing now are lichens. They don't run off like tails between their legs, but they're like, I think we're going to leave that problem to you. We'll catch up another time, Cher. And they turn around and walk away.
Wow, they really had no bite.
That's fine, though.
Cher, what the fuck is coming?
She's like, I don't fucking know. You fucking called something.
I didn't call anything. I just scared them off.
Regardless, big lad. Turns out you just sent up a nice big old flare to something, apparently, the way everyone's acting around here. When was the last time you had a good set of fisticuffs?
So the consequences of your actions, Tyler, are that Cher is just like...
Wait, my consequences have actions? Or wait.
The consequences of your actions. So two things happen. One, while Red is like encouraging you, the other Sphinx are like, I don't know what that is, but it's coming here and we can't let it go inside. So, shit. And from like the street, back of the street, you see a something. You can't actually see what it is. You can only see the effects of it. Cars like crumple under a pressure that you can't see. Buildings kind of dent in under like a placed hand that you can't perceive. Whatever this is larger than Tyler is right now and massively powerful and invisible. Red.
Oh,
Yeah.
You've seen something like this before.
Oh boy.
Gosh, this is not a great time for you to be running into another dead. One that you're pretty sure this is what happens to dead who don't have bodies.
Oh.
This is what happens when a dead gives in to their urges completely. This is like the failed state of a dead. You've heard about it. You've seen it once, but not like this.
Just turn to Tyler. I believe in you. Believe in the me that believes in you. You can do this.
There is so much anger and fury and just like emotional despair wafting off of the whatever this entity is, that it plunges the area into there is an area effect on the area that is called dread. The area is filled with an oppressive sense of dread. Something is coming to get you, or someone is watching you from the distance. Something is coming to get you. This complication, which is a minor complication, applies to all attacks and influence actions. So while this thing is still around, everyone who is in this area has a complication that if not bought off, you essentially kind of draw attention to yourself and the fear that you have towards this thing. And the next action that targets you, probably originating from this thing, will have 2 enhancement against you. So essentially, if you don't buy this off, you're giving it enhancement to take actions against you. How are y'all reacting to this thing, to this entity? Cher looks like, at first she looks like she's going to lose her fucking mind, and then she like kind of does the thing that Tyler did, but was courteous enough to go into the bathroom for, and just in front of all of you, like just bones start shifting under her skin, and she just kind of grows into this giant, like tall like Tyler, but distinctly different because she has like tufts, like cat ears and like cat eyes, but is just like a hulking like humanoid monster.
hi.
Considering everything and considering that I only have a gun and I'm not sure if that affects this thing, whatever it is, I am positioning myself behind Tyler.
Okay.
Don't worry, I got you, Abby. Just don't shoot me.
Why would I? Okay.
I don't know.
Just because I'm curious. Obviously, Red knows what this thing is. Is there any chance that I, in my time, would have come across this sort of creature or know anything about it as far as like what could hurt it, what will not work against it, etc.?
You know what? Give me a check. Let's do an a kind of like a recollection action, but we're gonna use I think we're gonna use culture for it.
Ooh, okay. So culture and intellect?
Yeah, that seems like a good combo.
Alrighty, then we've got 2 successes, neither of them on curse dice.
Okay, good. So you have heard about things they're called phantasms. Usually they are bound to a location or an individual. Usually they are less big and scary than this. You are pretty sure that they're just a type of ghost. It's just a type of ghost, and ghosts can be dealt with in plenty of ways. Like, mundane abjuration. They often have some kind of weakness while they're incorporeal, and if you can get them to materialize, then they are totally deal withable.
Are they considered living?
They are not.
Just because I this wasn't stated in the spell details. For Dark Embrace, is it the kind of thing that I can act while I am under the effects of Dark Embrace? It doesn't break it. It doesn't.
Mm-mm. No,
Okay.
They just don't perceive you.
Okay, great. Then I think this will be really fun, because then just like from right behind him, Tyler will hear me kind of give off a little bit of information. And I just say, well, big guy, I got some good news for you, in that it's probably just a type of ghost. And,
You punch a ghost.
yes, you can punch a ghost. And it should be fine. And if somebody can force it to materialize, you'll have an even better chance.
Let's do some science.
What
What?
what kind of science do you think this is, Tyler?
Physics.
How is it physics?
Because I'm gonna see if I can punch something that's not there. It's. Did you go to school? Come on, AP
no.
Physics.
I literally did not.
Did you go
Thank
to
you.
school?
Thank you.
Your
Sorry.
I mean, red is certain that there's a weakness while they're incorporeal, but otherwise nothing can interact with them.
Mm.
And can convey that to the group.
Okay. I'll give that a go. What is the general name of this thing?
Generally speaking, this would be classified as a phantasm.
Aha.
You're just but it's bigger and scarier than I've ever seen before.
Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Dr. Turner, the phantasms, they tend to be a bit of a nuisance. This one happens to be one of the biggest nuisances I've ever seen. So, do you enjoy challenge?
No, but he does.
Oh, okay. I understand. Well, if you would tap into that, because you're gonna need it. And, well, you stand, looking upwards, you stand the best chance, I'd say. More than a welterweight like I.
All right.
But I got your back.
All right. Fuck it.
And Tyler's just gonna use. I'm gonna burn my last curse dice.
Okay.
Oh no.
To activate. Oh no! I got rid of that power. No,
No.
never mind.
Oh, no.
Never mind. I don't.
Which one? Which one was it?
It was the one that allows me to like perfect my form.
Oh yeah. Have you even used powers?
I've used Silver Tongue, and that's all. So I'll say,
Yeah.
perfect form. I'll just basically just like add some physical stats
Yeah.
with that, and then just aim himself and just Hulk smash it.
Yeah.
Just Hulk smash.
Okay.
Turner
Well,
smash.
Turner smash. Okay. Hold on. Let's look at perfected form real quick.
That's what it was called. Thank you.
Yeah. That's
You're telling me that Chad is not perfect as it is?
He can always get
That's
chatter.
my secret. I'm always Chad.
I'm always Chad. Okay.
The
Precise.
chattiest.
It was precise transformation, and
Yes.
you're gonna affect a bestial trait for the rest of the scene. What is this?
Okay.
What is this trait you're adding?
I'm thinking it's going to be like hulking, like, well, by bestial trait, do you mean just like a negative kind of tag on him?
No, you're gonna get two. So it's gonna be like some kind of animalistic trait, which will give you two appropriate tags to.
I think he's going to bloat up even more so, like a silverback gorilla.
Okay.
We're talking
Cool.
like long arms, knuckle dragging, kind of that. You know that gorilla charge in all the Planet of the Apes movies
Yeah.
that have come out recently, like one of those things.
Oh, like Hyde's form in League, of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Literally, yeah. You know what I'm stealing.
Yeah, I'm in
Oh
there.
yeah. Hell yeah.
So yeah, you can take two appropriate tags. So let's say tags that I think are appropriate for this action are clearly brutal,
Brutal. Okay.
which will allow you on your hit, if you're making an attack, you can, and you don't have to write this down. I'm just telling you the ones that I think work. You can reduce the number of hits required to purchase the critical trick by 1. I think heavy weapon, which would just give you a +1 power advantage, and that is that it would be both the tags would do that.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's eat it up with that power difference.
Okay, cool.
Heavy weapon, these hands.
Right, yes.
Time to throw him
Gorilla hands. Okay.
against the ghost.
Yeah, let's
Together,
go ahead and roll for initiatives. And we're getting really close to time. So we're going to find out if you're going to go first or if this thing's going to go first. And then we're going to kind of end it. And I know that that's a little cliffhangery. But I think that we're having a lot of fun here and that we may do this again.
Love to do this again.
I'm down.
Would. Absolutely.
Because we need to see what happens to Dr. Turner's very bad time for succeeding so well with curse dice. And now having no curse dice left. Is that what I heard?
That is right.
All right.
He's just gonna aim and be like, go have fun, buddy. Go do what you gotta.
Yep. Excellent. Okay, so amazing, wonderful, beautiful. So let's go ahead and do a quick initiative. And this thing has
I do believe I have something that affects my initiative, but I can't find it off the top of my head. I have the edge quicken the dead.
Yes.
Nice.
Let me pull that up real quick.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
I think we're going first.
The dex composure.
Or it's the lower of, it should be on your sheets.
I see it. Roll a higher of athletics, cunning, or empathy dex.
Oh yeah, the higher of.
And athletics.
Athletics
Okay.
cunning for me is 2.
That's-
Empathy dex for me is 5. So I think
And we're just counting successes from those dice, yeah?
Yeah, just to count and see.
I have 6 dice either way.
So for the quick and the dead, it allows you when you do 2 things at once. So you take a mixed action with close combat, you always use your higher dice pool rather than your lower dice pool.
Gotcha.
Which is-
okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure it was wasn't specifically something that affected initiative.
No. Now, some of y'all do have some initiative tricks that you have edges for. Nimble defense.
That's me. Yep.
Yep. So you can add that to your defense in this first round if you want to.
Okay, and you. Nice.
Essentially, you can spend your hits on that trick instead of
The initiative.
Cadwell. Amazing.
And
Okay.
I would actually like to utilize my ambusher
Okay.
edge.
All right. Ambusher allows you to, let's just remember what that does.
Basically allows me to interrupt one player's initiative and be able to go before them.
Right. Yeah. So essentially, you're going to spend 2 hits to hold. So Cadwell had also gotten 5 hits along with Tyler, but 2 of those hits were on curse dice. And by that, I mean they also rolled a 10 on a curse die. So this is so what this is going to be is, I think, oh man, this is going to be a yes. Cadwell, you are an outsider or an outcast. Your success on how fast and you're reacting to the situation calls to the outside, and an entity steps through a veil beside Cadwell. Extremely non-human, like glowing skin, glowing eyes, glowing hair, like and glowing like kind of this violet, almost red color, ethereally beautiful, puts their hand on Cadwell's shoulder and says, "I have come to your call, sister."
So I'm going to lean right into both show of force and impatience.
Mhm.
This is an interruption that we did not need today. Take care of it.
Cool. Cool. So, that sounds like a great place to end.
Nothing could possibly go poorly
got this in
after
the bag.
that.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Was that your turning off your
Little bit.
Your
Little
dark
bit. Definitely
lighting.
do the dark lighting.
yes.
I also swapped in green contacts on our break, but they don't really show up in this light,
I
unfortunately.
was wondering if you had changed your eyes. Okay. I did notice that.
Normally they would be a little more glowy, but like
It's hard to
Nah.
make them glow. We
I
can
can do
get
that too.
try to get Travis to make them glow in post.
make them glow, Travis. Do it.
All right. Well, thank you all. And I think ending this on this cliffhanger with we'll add this. So our scene as we end is Tyler Turner absolutely lost control of himself to the creature. It has turned into a murder machine. Robin still hiding in the darkness. Abigail with her gun out behind Tyler. Red just overcome with urges and really lapping up this extreme experience that is about to happen.
Oh yeah.
Cadwell smugly watching as this weird otherworldly entity has just appeared out of thin air to assist her in battle for whatever reason, and has directed it towards the giant entity, incorporeal entity that was summoned by Tyler's very successful use of an intimidation, and it felt intimidated and needed to respond. That's where we're ending.
A great part to end on.
Good
Great
part.
cliffhanger.
Love it.
Yeah.
So good.
Great. And yeah, so we'll probably try to get back together after OPPCon and maybe do it as a live show as opposed to a pre-recorded session, if everybody's cool with that. We'll have dates for that by the end of OPPCon. So if you're watching this as the Sunday finale, it's probably been in the comments a bunch. If you're watching this on Friday as the opening salvo right after opening ceremonies, then I might have already announced it. I don't know. That'll be the future. Future me.
That's for future D to deal
That's
with.
for future D to know. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, everybody.
This was a lot
See
of
you
fun.
later. Enjoy OPPCon.
Yes.
Have fun.
Hell yeah.
We'll see you in other games.
Stay cursed.
Stay cursed.
Hashtag stay cursed.
Follow
That's
the
good.
moth.
That's really good.
Off the mob.